In a world where information is power, a new threat emerges, casting a shadow over our digital landscape. As we navigate through the intricate web of the digital age, the spectre of destructive malware looms large. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and the US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency have recently issued a stark warning to firms operating critical infrastructure within the United States. The risk? A malicious software designed to obliterate data and render computers inoperative. The potential impact of this digital menace is far-reaching. It poses a direct threat to the operational continuity of organizations, but the peril extends beyond the confines of those directly targeted. The fallout from these cyber attacks could have spillover effects, inadvertently impacting organizations in other countries. This is not a hypothetical threat. It's a grim reality that's already unfolding. In Ukraine, a data-wiping hacking tool was found lurking in the systems of government and financial computers. A sinister digital spectre silently waiting to unleash chaos. The identity of the party responsible for deploying this digital weapon remains shrouded in mystery. This isn't an isolated incident, it's the second destructive hack in as many months. The US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency is now working tirelessly with partners to identify and share information about malware that could threaten critical infrastructure in the United States. While the digital frontier may seem daunting, remember, knowledge is our first line of defense. As we stand on the precipice of this digital abyss, how can we fortify our defenses? The answer, my friends, is not one of complacency. Rather, it comes from heeding the advice of entities such as the FBI and the US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, who have shared some crucial technical recommendations. They emphasize the need to strengthen our defenses. In a world where cyber threats are as real as the air we breathe, fortification is not an option, but a necessity. It's like building a castle. The stronger the walls, the safer the inhabitants. In our case, the castle is our digital infrastructure, and the inhabitants are our data and operations. These agencies stress the significance of vigilance, of keeping a watchful eye on our systems. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Waiting for the storm to hit is not an option. Instead, we must anticipate the storm, predict its course, prepare for its arrival. One of the key recommendations is to prevent the spread of malicious software. This is the equivalent of a digital disease, spreading from system to system, corrupting data and causing chaos. We must ensure our systems are vaccinated against such threats, using the latest antivirus software, firewalls, and other protective measures. Additionally, it's important to understand that cyber threats are not just a one-time event. They are an ongoing battle, requiring constant vigilance and adaptation. The threats evolve, and so must our defenses. It's a race, a game of cat and mouse, and we must stay one step ahead. Remember, in this digital landscape, our defenses are not just about protecting our own systems. They're about safeguarding our communities, our nations, and indeed, our world. Our interconnectedness means that a breach in one system can have far-reaching effects, rippling outwards and causing widespread damage. In the face of adversity, our resilience will be our shield. And as we strengthen our defenses, we not only protect ourselves, but ensure the security of our digital world. In the battle against these digital threats, one weapon stands above the rest: intelligence. Now, before you dismiss this as an inherited trait, let's debunk a common myth. Intelligence is not solely genetic. In fact, it can be significantly enhanced through mental training exercises, diet, physical activity, and environment. So, how do we go about sharpening this weapon? For starters, consider incorporating physical activity into your daily routine. Cardio or resistance training for at least 30 minutes a day not only boosts your physical health, but also your cognitive function. It's like hitting two birds with one stone. Next, let's talk about our dear old friend, the sun. A mere 15 minutes of sunlight exposure daily, or supplementing with vitamin D3, can do wonders for your cognitive abilities. So, go on, step outside, soak in some sunshine. Your brain will thank you. Now, on to the importance of sleep. A good night's sleep, we're talking 8 to 9 hours of high-quality slumber, is crucial for brain health. It's during this time that your brain processes and consolidates information gathered throughout the day, so don't skimp on your Z's. And what about our favorite morning brew? Drinking coffee and supplementing with creatine separately can also give your brain a much-needed boost. But remember, moderation is key. Too much of a good thing can also be harmful. Lastly, let's delve into the art of meditation. Meditating for just 10 to 30 minutes a day can significantly enhance your cognitive function. It's like giving your brain a mini vacation, allowing it to refresh and recharge. So, you see, intelligence is not a fixed attribute. It's a dynamic trait, one that can be nurtured and cultivated. And in our battle against digital threats, it is our greatest ally. Intelligence is not a gift, but a weapon that can be sharpened. As we navigate this digital landscape, we must arm ourselves with knowledge and resilience. The digital frontier we stand on is a new kind of battlefield, where the threats are invisible and the warfare is conducted in silence. Yet, the impact of these silent battles can be just as devastating, if not more so, than any physical conflict. The recent cyber threats we've discussed are but a reminder of the inherent vulnerabilities of our interconnected world. But remember, vulnerabilities can be transformed into strengths and threats into opportunities. It all comes down to our preparedness and our willingness to adapt, learn, and grow. We've talked about the importance of vigilance, the need to stay alert to the ever-evolving threats that lurk in the shadows of our digital world. But vigilance alone is not enough. It must be complemented by improved intelligence, by a commitment to enhancing our cognitive abilities, our capacity to think, understand, learn, and respond. As we've explored, there are numerous ways to increase intelligence and improve cognitive function. Whether it's through mental training exercises, a balanced diet, regular physical activity, or exposure to sunlight, each of these tactics can play a vital role in boosting our mental prowess. It's not just about protecting ourselves from external threats, but also about nurturing our internal resources, our most powerful weapon in any battle, our minds. Now it's time for action. It's time for each of us, as individuals and as part of larger organizations, to implement these tactics, to build our intelligence, to fortify our defenses. It's time to step up, to learn, to adapt, to grow. The digital landscape may be fraught with challenges, but it's also filled with opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger, smarter, more resilient. So let's seize these opportunities. Let's transform our vulnerabilities into strengths, our threats into opportunities. In the face of these digital threats, let us not be victims, but victors. Armed with knowledge, fortified by intelligence, we can stand strong. As we navigate this digital landscape, let's remember, knowledge is power, intelligence is our shield, and action our greatest weapon.